it wasn't Obama and Clinton that stopped the Keystone XL. It was the thousands of people all over this country putting tremendous pressure on the Obama administration. All of these progressive moves of the last 8 years have come through enormous organizing. I mean, you know, President Obama, one of his first acts in office, first executive order, was to close Guantanamo, which is extremely important, but he didn't do it for 8 years. He expanded the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, the drone strikes in Somalia. I was just in Minneapolis, the largest Somali community, I think, in the United States. Somalia, Yemen, Afghanistan. Any kind of pulling back that happened was because of the enormous pressure of the movements that make this country great.
Yeah, this is a really good point. The reason I wanted to share this is because oftentimes among the general American public, our most beloved leaders are not typically those that are selected on some sort of calculus based on the merits of their policies, but rather they tend to be selected based on personality. Now, that's not the entire picture. Bernie Sanders' popularity was in a very large part due to his policies. So the American people really do care about policy, don't get me wrong. But in terms of especially partisan Democrats, it tends to be personality. I mean, we love Emmanuel Macron, we love Justin Trudeau, we love Barack Obama. But actually, when you look at their policies, they are not very progressive. Now, I happen to love the personalities of all three, and I think they're decent people, to be honest. But as Amy Goodman went into, Obama was incredibly neoconservative and neoliberal, but especially in his neoconservative, authoritarian rightist tendencies. He came into office with 4 interventions and left with 7. He expanded our drone usage over 10 times, which is terrible because they have a 90% death rate. You know, he never shut down Guantanamo, and he's been really bad on national security issues, especially on NSA-related issues. Similarly, Macron, he is a very lovable person, of course, but he's even more capitalist than Obama to a large extent. For example, he supported the El Khomri law, which lengthened the work week, reduced collective bargaining rights, and reduced union rights for less pay. All right? And finally, Justin Trudeau, and I happen to like the guy too, of course, but he has done a really good job of keeping his affectionate personality while expanding oil pipelines in the same way that Obama did in a lot of ways. Until the end where he got a bit better on that issue. So when you look at it, even our most beloved political figures are flawed. And that's not inevitable. I mean, there are true progressives that have yet to be elected. But it does show that voting for the lesser evil may be the right choice, and it probably is the right choice in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that we can stop there and say that's enough. As Amy Goodman said, we cannot become content with the lesser evil. We have to actually have a grassroots movement, at least until the next election cycle and beyond the next election cycle. Because our politicians are often neoliberal and neoconservative politicians on both sides of the aisle will not get that type of change accomplished without some pressure and without some grassroots resistance. And in the era of Trump, I think that resistance could not be better timed.